Yo, welcome back to another video. Today, we're reacting to a video called The Process of Making Friends with a Tarantula. You know what I'm saying? The big, fuzzy, scary looking spider. So look, we're gonna get into the video and enjoy.
I know what you're thinking. Surely, this guy must be crazy. There is no way you can make friends with a tarantula. But I'm gonna get hands-on with a wild tarantula, and I'm going to try and earn its trust enough that I can pet it. And this
How actually like pick up a tarantula without it biting you? I feel like it would bite you. Or I mean, they got poor eyesight. So I feel like no, the only spot I would hold is chopping spiders. Like that spider, like it's mad scary. Like imagine waking up and seeing this on your chest. It probably happened in Australia, because Australia they got them big monstrous, big booty spiders.
is why.
Look at this. A little bitty wolf spider. Not that long ago, even this tiny little spider would have just terrified me.
Fear comes in many forms, but for a lot of people, it has 8 legs and venomous fangs. The spider.
No,
While different people will tell you different reasons why these
the spider's scary. I mean, it just depends how big it is, because that's still a big ass spider in his hand. Now I could imagine seeing a big tarantula, but no, actually no, I'm not afraid of spiders. Like what bug scared the most is not spiders. The bug that scared me the most is centipedes. Have you seen centipedes, bro? Okay, like bro, these so creepy, bro. Like bro, you don't know fear. Like have you ever been down in the basement, right? And then you see like a big ass house centipede just running, and you start getting the book in it, cause that shit fast too. Like bro, centipedes are scary. I'd rather see a spider than the centipede.
creatures
Like,
chill them to the
yo,
bone, I'll tell you mine.
watch it
I
like
was deathly afraid they would bite me. My journey to beat this fear has taken me around the world, but today it brings me to the pine forests of northern Louisiana, where I'm turning over rocks in hopes of finding a tarantula. These massive spiders take shelter in these hillsides during the day, along with a whole host
all
of
of that
other
snaky wake
unusual creatures. With
and
spring beginning to wake this landscape from its slumber, under the right rock, I'm sure to find a giant spider.
Oh, big tarantula. Here we go. Have a look at this one. That is
and you just go touch
the
it.
spider we want to see. Let's see if I can get her to come on my hand. I'd be careful here because they have some big fangs. It's the bite. It's always been the bite. Spiders would move in unpredictable ways, and I was always worried that they'd like take me by surprise and bite me somewhere. And honestly, this is really annoying because I never really feared any other
Bro,
arthropods the same way I did.
bro, you can't just be jump scaring me like that, bro. I don't know what you just showed on the screen, but that was scary. Oh my god. Yo, you can't be doing that.
Spiders. To overcome this, I have to see for myself that despite their formidable bites, they have no intention of using it on people. And in order to do that, I'm gonna have to hold one in my bare hand. There we go. Hi. Look at that. Now, the trick with handling any spider, tarantula, wolf spider, black widow, anything, is to be very, very calm and very
Heck, this
collected.
brown
And I basically just
tarantula.
want to be an extension of her environment. As long as I am not a predator or trying to pick up the spider and like eat her and grab her, she's not going to feel threatened. She's certainly not too happy with this interaction right now. She is kind of startled, right? Tarantulas don't have the most great vision. Their eyes really only see light and dark.
Ew.
And she was chilling.
Bro, I wonder how I feel like. I wonder who was the first person to pick up a tarantula spider. And like like what? And also, don't tarantulas get like things like click on your skin, like little things on their leg, like what is it called? Like it's called something. It's called something. And can't they first make you like itchy? I think.
In that crevice of that rock there. When I disturbed her, she's like, oh my gosh, I'm exposed. And so she is not too sure. Let me see if I can get her to kind of gently walk over me right now. See if we can get her to move a little bit. There we go.
The next step is to understand their movement and behavior. A lot of the fear comes from the unknown. You don't want the spider to move in an unpredictable way so that it can take you by surprise with a bite. But how likely is a tarantula to actually do that? To find out, I have to study the behavior.
No, that cool though. That what kind of tarantula is that? It's purple. I've never seen a spider tinted purple before. Look at that.
Of these spiders carefully as I handle them. Watch their movements, learn their body language. Part of making friends with anything is getting to know them, and this is that process with tarantulas. The more I sit carefully and interact with these spiders, the less mysterious their movements will be.
Now this is not the movement of an animal that is overly stressed. These guys can be fast when they want to. As long as I'm careful reading her movements here, she should be just fine, and I should be just fine. Hi, buddy. Probably a little female. Nice thing about these females, too, is they tend to be a little bit easier to reason with. Very relaxed, very calm spiders, and their lifestyle kind of reflects that. Tarantulas can live for a really, really long time. In fact, megalomorphs, the order that these spiders belong to, are actually some of the longest lived invertebrates in the world, not just spiders. The record is a trapdoor spider. A female trapdoor spider lived over 43 years, but tarantulas can live a couple decades on their own too. And it's always the females. We're not entirely sure why the females have evolved to live so long, but
They know the males dirty. Cause no, some don't like some smell or that orb weak spiders. I think it's orb weak spiders like the males be like this small, like the females be like this big. You know what I'm saying? Cause the males like don't like the males like they had it like reproduce like that's the male's whole purpose in life is to reproduce. And when it's done, it's get eaten. Like literally, like that's his last moment. Like what if a female? It got a mate, and then the female's gonna eat him. I don't know why spiders do that, but they just do.
we expect a lot of it has to do with the fact that they're generally not super active. The males will wander from their burrows and stuff to go search for mates. The females are really only out when they're disturbed. Again, they can be fast when they want to be, but as you can see right here, typical female tarantula fashion, she is very, very calm.
The funny thing about nature is it's inherently lazy. Everything tends towards whatever takes the least amount of energy. And for these megalomorph spiders, with their subterranean lifestyle, the less they need to move, the better. Sure, they can put on bursts of speed if they need to, but across dozens of different individuals that I've worked with, across many different species, and even entirely different geographical regions, this holds true. If I stay calm, the spider stays calm. If I give the spider no reason to fear me, it will give me no reason to fear it. And it's incredible how seeing the different patterns and colors of the tarantulas of the world paints them in an entirely different light. You start to see them not as the giant fanged spiders that are colored by fear, but magnificent living things that, like us, are nothing more than simple creatures trying to make their way in the universe.
Female tarantulas, super calm, super collected, chilling in their burrows, waiting for prey to come announce themselves, and the males usually come to them. Aside from like dispersing when they're younger, they don't have much of a reason to move, so they don't. And as a result, they're usually less exposed to predators, and they're wasting a lot less energy, so they can live a heck of a lot longer. She poses literally no threat to me as long as I pose no threat to her. Letting her walk over my hands here. I do gotta keep an eye on her a little bit. Tarantulas aren't like the wolf spiders and jumping spiders and stuff. They're not big climbers, so they can't really fall from high altitudes and handle it quite as well. They're very heavy-bodied spiders. Sure, they have all that armoring on their body, right? The exosuit.
Look how fuzzy it is. So they take more fall damage from wolf than jumping spiders. All right. So they're lazy spiders, so you will never really see them unless you're in Australia.
But they fall far enough, they'll take fall damage, and sometimes they can even kill them, so gotta make sure I'm very careful. Fortunately, she's not moving too fast, she's not making any daring escape attempts, so I think she'll be just fine. What I love about these spiders is they're so fuzzy. And for some people that might creep them out because, you know, that hairy, big spider, right? But that hair actually serves a purpose. Unlike our hair, which is usually more just for temperature regulation, these guys
use their hair as an extension of their nervous system. So those hairs all extend deep beneath the surface of her exoskeleton, and every little fiber can give her information about her environment. Her eyes aren't that good. They're really only for light and dark, right? So how does she experience the world? Well, spiders don't have ears like we do, but they actually sense a lot of the world through vibration. I would imagine it's a very, very different experience to be a tarantula than it is to be a human, but it's kind of interesting to put yourself in their shoes for just a minute to see.
That is crazy. Most spiders is blind, so they gotta like sense it. I wonder how that is. Right? Is that the reason why some spiders be afraid to eat when people like put it in their face? But I always wonder though, how would it like be like an ant? You know what I'm saying? Because like spiders got big booties, or no, abdomen, whatever it's called. Like imagine being an ant just seeing the big tarantula booty. Like it's literally bigger than the whole body. Let that sink in. Or especially for fire ants. Imagine being a fire ant behind a tarantula spider. I can't imagine, gosh.
How they experience life. Really, really incredible. It's a thing. They look kind of mechanical, like little robots or something, but this is indeed a living thing that we share our world with. Beautiful little tarantula. And they're also super soft. That's why they're such popular pets. Even if you're not a big fan of spiders, slow moving, no erratic, unpredictable movements, and let's see if I can give her a pet real quick. If I'm really gentle, I can actually pet her. Just like that. Oh, she's so incredibly soft. They're very, very velvety. In fact, the bottom of their cephalothorax, as it brushes against my skin, it's incredible.
Wait, go back. Wait, I want to see. Yo, look at that. Look at that. Look, you see a little like those little like other leg that like grip on thing. You see that, bro? That's kind of cool. But like, ain't that kind of risky to hold the spider like that, though? Because I think spider's like super duper fragile. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much weight a tarantula gonna take. No, it's probably not that much.
Cephalothorax, as it brushes against my skin, it's incredibly soft, incredibly velvety, really, really soft, beautiful spiders. I absolutely love them. As you can see, this is a wild tarantula.
Spiders.
We found her right out here underneath a rock, and within just minutes, she's chilling, walking over me, totally calm, my little buddy we found out in the wilderness.
The funny thing about tarantulas is the hardest part of making friends with them is actually just getting over the fear of having a giant spider in your hand.
I'm not gonna lie, if I had that on my hand, I'd be absolutely terrified, bro. But nah, spiders are beautiful creatures, though. They just scary. Well, I mean, whatever, hold a spider. I mean, I do want to make a video of me holding a spider one day, but I don't see that happening in the near future. Well, I don't know. It depends, but it depends, though. I mean, it depends what type of spider I'm holding. I'm not gonna lie. Let me stop moving around. I'm not gonna lie. There's a few cold spots I would never hold, like a black widow. I would never hold a black widow. Like maybe I'll hold a spider like that, but like any like super duper venomous spider, whatever, six-legged sand spider, or six eye, whatever it's called. I'm not holding those type of spiders. Like they just this is too dangerous, bro. Okay.
And whether it's a jumping spider, a wolf spider, or a huge tarantula, every time I've pushed past fear, I've seen that the world becomes more of a rich and fascinating place. By conquering my fear of spiders, I've been able to travel to exotic, crazy locations, searching for even more outlandish wildlife than this tarantula. This journey took me to the cloud forests of northern Ecuador in search
Oh my
of
God.
the insane bromeliad spiders.
Oh,
If
look
you want
at
to see
you.
that video, check it out right here.
Yo.
Hope to see you there, but until next time, don't forget to get outside and find your own adventure.
That was a fire video. Alright, y'all, that's it for the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it, because I did. So, have a nice day. See y'all later.